Alright guys, today what we're going to be going over is how to use my new Arma2 Optimizer. Basically what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and extract the file that you got from the TLU website to your desktop. It should be called TLU Multitool. Now it'll probably have a different icon by the time I finish with development, but for now it's just got the default icon. Once that opens up, you're going to click on the Arma Optimizer tab and then click this button right here. Go ahead and read through this information as it will help you later. Once this comes up, basically all you're going to do is click the parameters you want. Now what I mean by that, Bohemia Interactive is already covered pretty well here. Click that link and this page that pops up will go ahead and kind of explain what these parameters do a little more in detail than what I do on my program. That way you know, you can kind of know what you're getting into. Also, there is extra parameters in here that are not included on the main program, which may help you in the future depending on what you decide to do, and you can set those manually. Example, you know, say you wanted to do no splash, you would just do space, and then say you wanted to do no logs, etc. in the space dash. You see what I'm saying? And that would be for the ones that are not included in this. But the ones that are, these are what I feel pertain most to most users. What you can do is you can click this little help icon here and it will explain more in detail what each function does. For instance, let's go ahead and make one so you guys can see. No splash disables the splash screen on when you first start Arma. Really helps it to start faster. Skip intro does pretty much the same thing. It just helps it to launch a little faster, even more. World equals empty, that crazy scene you see going on behind all your Arma 2 menus, that disables that. Sets it to kind of like a pond imagery, which helps you to load a little faster. Actually, these three together will help you load a ton faster. Max RAM to 2047, that sets your maximum available random access memory to 2 gigabytes, which is hard-coded into the game. I know a lot of you may have, you know, 8, 16, or even 32 gigs of RAM, but sorry, Arma's old. Same with VRAM here. VRAM, however, your video RAM on your GPU is not hard-coded. Bohemia does not recommend running over the 2 gigabit value. However, you can try it. It may cause some stability issues. That's up to you. You know, it might work great for you. But for this program, I stuck with what Bohemia said, and I set the max to this. If you have less than 2 gigabytes of RAM, video RAM, do not even worry about the setting and go on. But I have exactly 2, so we're going to click it. And a little pop-up kind of saying what I just said will come up. No logs, that disables logs, all the default Arma 2 logging systems and reporting systems. Basically, you know, all your crash files, all that crap. You can disable this, it will kind of increase your performance some. However, you know, if you do start having some crashing issues and you need somebody, you know, with a little technical experience to help you figure out why you're crashing, and it's not something that my crash fix up here can fix, these logs are very helpful. So it's up to you. I mean, whether you want to run it or not. You know, I mean, if you do have Arma crashing, you can always go back in and set this parameter off and relaunch it and then see why you're crashing. So that's up to you. I'll set it for this video. And that kind of tells you what I just said, in less words. If you've ever had any issues when you alt-tab out of the game and it freezes up on you and, you know, you can't click one screen or the other or any part of your screen and it's just retarded, you can come in and you can actually set this and that will fix that. This over here is your CPU performance issues and some threading issues. Basically, if you click this right here, this will kind of elaborate what this means. It's pretty straightforward. This is basically just based off the number of cores, physical cores that your processor has. This right here is just setting the priority of the game to high, allowing a little more resources to be used. You can check that. That should help some. Now, you know, people with 8 cores, sometimes it is better to use the 4-core setting. It's up to you to experiment with and find out what works best for you, though. For me, I'm running a 4-core with hyper-threading, which is 8 total cores, 4 physical cores. I'm going to go ahead and click 4-core, though, for this video. Right here is just the threading, how Arma handles threading. If you're running a dual core, you should click the first one. Quad core above, you should click the second one. Depending on your processor, sometimes it's better not to run either. For this video, we'll do this right now. Really, all this is up to you to experiment with because each hardware setup is going to be a little different on this. on all of it except for really these first three and this here and this. All of it will be a little different depending on your hardware setup. What you can see has happened right here as we've been clicking these launch parameters have been filling out for us, which is nice. Now, I mean, if you had some extras that you found on the Bohemia site or maybe somewhere else, you know, maybe you want to launch in windowed mode, etc., you can still add that to the end of this or the beginning as long as you get your space and your slash in there. What you're going to do after all this is set the way you want it. You're going to choose which way you installed the game. If you installed it through Steam, you're going to click this. If you did not install it through Steam, you're going to click this. Now me, I did not install it through Steam. I was dumb and bought it through Game Locker, so that's the one I'm going to click. Now you see these directories here. For 99.9% of the people that played this game, this is what it's going to be if you did not install the game through Steam. The same can be said if you did install it through Steam. For 99% of people, this is going to be where their Arma is located. Now, if you did not install the game to your C drive, you can delete everything up to here, depending on where your game's actually located, and fill it out through here, the location to your Arma2Oa exe. And make sure you have the Arma2Oa exe on the end of this, and no spaces at the end. Example, if you installed it on your E drive, you know, and it was like this structure here, you know, that's what you would do. But moving on, what we're gonna do, we've got this already set up. We got this set up. Now all we have to do is create a launch file. So we're gonna click this, and you get a little pop-up. Congratulations, woohoo! You know, and it kind of explains a little more on how this works. Now, if you were paying attention, most gamers probably that are used to looking for small movements probably seen this pop up when I click create. That's for a reason. And this is why I recommend installing this or extracting this to your desktop, because everybody likes to run stuff from their desktop. It's a lot easier. Once you click create, you'll notice this new file. This is how you need to run Arma from here on out if you want to run it optimized. So let's go ahead and click that. Wait on the little launcher to do its thing. And I'm ready to go. That's how fast I am at the main menu. And that's just throwing on random options. You can get that even faster. But the main part about how fast Arma starts is these three right here. And that's going to help you immensely getting into the game. I will be including a launcher to connect directly to our TLU servers. That'll be another part of the program. We won't worry about that for now on the optimizer itself, though. But yeah, that's pretty much it. If you do want to edit it, say this setting wasn't working for you and you wanted to change it. You just wanted to go around and you wanted to completely change everything. There's no need to delete the file. You don't have to go up and delete this file. You can just come back in and you can start changing the settings. Like, let's change it to 8 core. Okay. And we're going to change this now to 1 thread. And we don't want any of these, so we'll just uncheck them. Which you don't even have to uncheck them. But I do it. Well, let's say we just wanted this one. We could do that. And this is all the same, so we don't need to mess with that. Now we create launch file again, and this file will automatically be edited to these new parameters, and you can try it out that way. So that's pretty much it. If you guys have any questions, feel free to contact me on the TLU website or on TLU's TeamSpeak, tluvoice.com. I'm usually on there pretty much all the time, so you should be able to get a hold of me.